Here's a secret to making seeds healthier. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dave and today I'm doing my long-awaited soaking seeds guide. I'm very sorry it's taken so long, but I'm finally getting around to it. It's been a lot going on and I've been waiting to film this video for ages. I wanted to talk to you guys about soaking seeds and how that can improve so many elements of a seed's nutritional value. Seeds get a very bad rep, but they are kind of a small and necessary part of our parrot's diet because they have lots of good things. And if you soak them, that improves it even more. Now, when you soak your seeds, you improve their digestibility and their nutritional value. You're also reducing their fat content because you're basically starting the very early processes of germination, which starts to use up that fat content. So by soaking your seeds, you're actually making them much healthier than they would be otherwise. The other benefit of soaking is you don't have to go to full hog and sprout stuff. Sophie's excellent at sprouting, I'm not so good, so I tend to sort of sit at the soaking level, although I will have to graduate to sprouting at some point. But it is much easier than sprouting, and it's much easier for you to do. Some things, as you'll see in the video, take as little as 15 minutes to soak. Soaking seeds can also be really good as a tool for diet conversion. You're starting to make them germinate, so you're starting to make them be that middle ground between a seed and a vegetable. Now, with regards to some general tips for soaking, I thought I'd give you before I get into the individual ingredients and their times, etc., is when you're soaking, make sure you use cool, clean water and make sure you rinse your soaked seeds well at least a couple of times to get stuff out of it. There's no need for ACV because you're only soaking them. It's really important that you do rinse them well and you make sure that it is cool, clean water because you don't want anything getting into the water. So now we've got the admin over and done with, let's get into the individual ingredients that you can soak so you know what you're doing. So starting off my list of easily soakable seeds is buckwheat. Now, buckwheat is probably the best one to start with because buckwheat only takes 15 minutes of soaking time. You heard me right. All you need to do is soak it for 15 minutes, give it a rinse, and it's ready. The best thing about buckwheat is it's full of proteins and fibre, and it's very good for your bird. Next on the list is quinoa, and quinoa you only need to soak for 2 hours. It's not quite as quick as buckwheat, but it's a nice easy one you can do, and it's full of lovely antioxidants, which obviously will help your bird's health. Next up are lentils, and we have brown, green and red. Another thing that's quite useful about lentils, if you've seen my How Birds See video, I'll leave a card for that now, is the way they appear to your parrots under UV light. These are quite appealing when parrots see them, so keep that in mind when you're soaking them because that's going to make them glow even more. Now, lentils take a little bit longer to soak. They're about 8 to 12 hours and they are full of lovely protein and fibre, and it's very good for your bird's health. Pot barley is another excellent one you can add into your soaking repertoire. It's 8 to 12 hours again, and it's a very good digestion aid for your parrots. If you add that into your soaking mix, for example, which we'll talk about later, it will help balance out the digestional qualities of all your other seeds and make it all nice and easy to digest. Another good seed you can soak is coriander seed, another 8 to 12 hours I'm afraid, but this has vitamin K, which is another one of those essential trace elements that's very healthy for your parrot. If you decide you want to soak milk thistle, again 8 to 12 hours, and it's very good for your parrot's liver health. It's an excellent supplement in that regard. You can also soak spelt for 8 to 12 hours, and it's a very good seed to add in because it has loads of micronutrients, which are great to supplement your bird's diet with. You can also soak pumpkin seeds. A lot of people sort of think, no, we can't do that, but it's actually a very good soaking seed. 8 to 12 hours again, but it's high in essential fats. And while some of them will be used up, a lot will be more bioavailable and digestible after the soaking process. Now, the last on my list for today are oat groats, 8 to 12 hours again soaking time. These are high in antioxidants and have lots of fibre. Now, these are just examples of the most commonly soaked items and ones that are quite easy and good to do. There are other things you can soak, there are other things you can sprout. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about soaking and sprouting, you check out Sophie's channel. She just did one on soaking nuts, which can be very appealing to your parrot and very interesting. I would either leave something in the comments so we can sort of like tell you what else you can soak and what's safe and what's not, or just experiment a little bit. One thing I thought I'd put in as a little advisory for you, you should absolutely not soak soup beans. They are toxic and you should avoid them. You don't really want to be giving cooked foods anyway, so please do avoid soup beans if you're considering any soaking. Now, one thing you can do if you want to make this all a bit easier, because I've sort of shown you the individual components and ingredients, is make your own soaking mix. Now, I'd probably recommend leaving out buckwheat and quinoa from this because they have lower soaking times, but all those 8 to 12 hours items, you can mix them together and actually make your own soaking mix. And that's a great way of adding loads of diversity, loads of interest to your parrot's diet in a very easy, simple step. You just make your mix dry, you bung it in a glass with a little cover on it maybe, let it soak overnight. In the morning, give it a few rinses and it's ready to serve. It is so easy to start adding in extra diversity and bioavailable foods to your diet. If you're trying to diet convert, great first step. I would highly recommend doing a soaking mix. It's something me and Sophie do, and it's something I get involved with as well because it's not sprouting and I'm lazy. So just as a quick summary, there's loads of things you can soak. Don't soak soup beans. Make sure you're using cool, clear water. Make sure you rinse well. You don't need to add any extra stuff into it like ACV. It's all fine. Make sure you follow the timing guidelines in this video as well. Any questions, I'll be happy to hear from you down in the comments. But in the meantime, from me, Pickles and Scampi, who are relaxing with Sophie, take care and see you later.